So you have some of your basic chords memorized now, your A minors, C majors, E minors, and so forth. But what are you going to do with them? Well, this is where our right hand comes in, where we start to learn some basic strumming patterns. Hi, I'm Joshua Kenson, and this is Kenson Guitar Academy. So as we start to learn songs, you're going to encounter different strumming patterns. Now, you could go ahead and take it song by song and learn whatever strumming pattern they're trying to teach you on that. That's great. You're going to incorporate that into your kind of musical tool belt, but it's also important to understand the technique behind it. Because if you understand the technique, you can even start to build some basic strumming patterns by yourself without having to apply it from a song that you learned. You know, my cousin's a chef, and he would always say, learn the technique, not the recipe, because ultimately you're either sauteing, you're roasting, and so on. So on guitar, you could learn the recipe, which would be that individual song and maybe the strumming pattern that's applied to it. But if you understand the underlying technique, you're going to be able to apply this to numerous songs and also recognize them when you hear them and see them. Now, strumming is comprised of both downstrums and upstrums. Sometimes you'll see people really just laying in on the downstrums, which is great. It has a certain sound to it, and if that's the sound you're looking to achieve, go for it. But we can also incorporate that natural movement up in an upstrum. In most cases, this is going to allow your strumming to sound a lot more rhythmic and smooth and not as punchy. So if I just use downstrums, you can kind of hear the punchiness here. But if I incorporate the upstrum, it's a little bit more cohesive. So to learn a pattern, we're going to take a cycle of 4 beats, okay? So when you hear someone count in like 1, 2, 3, 4, they're setting the tempo, they're also setting the meter of the song, okay? So most popular music, not all, but I would say a vast majority, we're going to be counting to 4. So to start out, what I want you to think is all of your downstrums, we're going to play it on the beats, or the 1, 2, 3, 4. So if we take E minor, for example, we're going to include all the strings here, and I can count us in 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're just going to include all the strings on that beat. We'll just keep counting. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this in and of itself is a strumming pattern, all downstrums. 3. So again, that downstrum is landing on the strong beats, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now my hand naturally has to come up each time to strike that downstrum again. So now we're going to incorporate that upward motion and actually catch the strings and include what's called the upstrum, okay, or the upbeat in this particular case. So we could do this for every beat that's expressed. So we could go 1, 2, 3, 4, and down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and... Now, I would say that's a little monotonous, doesn't have a lot of rhythm. We're really just doubling the speed at which we were originally striking those strings. So where it becomes interesting is where we start to leave things out, right? So what I'm going to do on this next one is I'm going to include the downbeats on 1, 2, 3, and 4, but I'm only going to play the upstrum on the upbeat between 3 and 4. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that's down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down. Now we could also include the upbeat between 1 and 2. So now it would be something like this. We're going to do both the upbeat between 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we have 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Again, 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. So already a little bit more rhythmic. Now, to take this to the next level, what we could actually do is omit one of those downstrums, okay? So what I'm going to do on this one is I'm going to include the downbeat on 1, on 2, the upbeat after 2, I'm going to skip the downstrum on 3, include the upstrum after 3, and then end it on the downstrum of 4. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and we have 1, 2, and skip, and 4. This becomes a little challenging because now we're having to skip over those strings on that third beat, right? Where we would normally catch all those strings on the downward strum. But this really starts to allow us to build some really interesting rhythms. So again, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and we have down, down, up, skip, up, down, again, down, down, up, skip, up, down. Let's play that over in E minor. 1, 2, 3, 4, and down, down, up, skip, up, down. 1, 2, and skip, and 4, again, down, down, up, down, again, down, down, up, down. So if you think of this as we have 8 strums that we can express here, 4 downs and 4 ups, and then you just start picking some of those out. Maybe you take the second down strum out, maybe you incorporate 2 of the up strums here and there, just put them in different patterns and you're going to come up with different strumming patterns. So this is that technique rather than just the recipe of that particular song. And we're obviously playing this at a fairly moderate pace right now. As you start to speed things up, you're going to notice how they become even more kind of rhythmically pleasing. So that same strumming pattern that we just played, maybe a little quicker. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can see if we started to incorporate some chord changes as well, so now that you know how to build a strumming pattern, what you would want to do is take just 2 chords, okay? That could be something as simple as E minor and E major, just that 1 finger difference there, okay? And you would want to start playing that strumming pattern that you put together 2 times over the chord for each chord, okay? So let's say that is E minor, and let's take that down, down, up, down, okay? So we'll count ourselves in 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have down, down, up, skip, up, down, again, down, down, up, skip, up, down, E major, down, down, up, skip, up, down, again, down, down, up, skip, up, down, back to the E minor. Once you start to feel comfortable with it, just listen to it. Maybe count in your head. Now, maybe not the most interesting chord change there, but that's when we just make it more interesting. So now let's take E minor and A minor. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and down, down, up, skip, up, down, again, down, down, up, skip, up, down, switch, A minor, down, down, again, 1, 2, and 4, back to the E minor, 1, 2, 3, 4, again, 1, 2, 3, 4, again, 2, 3, 4, down, down, up, down. So if you take that strumming pattern and systematically go through just 2 chord pairings at a time, you're really going to start to get comfortable with these chord changes. And you're absolutely going to see these chord changes pop up in a lot of music that you're looking to play. So getting used to moving from, let's say, A minor to C major, or G major to D major, E minor to C major, and so forth, you're going to encounter these changes. And so by really chiseling it down and just focusing on 2 chords at a time, you're allowing yourself really to develop that muscle memory to move from chord to chord. Another really common strumming pattern that you'll encounter is down, skip, down, down, up, down, skip, down, down, up. So that is 1, skip, 3, 4, and. So for this one, we did not express that second beat. We skipped over the strings. And then we are simply including the down strum on 3 and 4 and including that up strum in between 3 and 4 as well. So again, that would be down, skip, down, down. So putting that together, 1, 2, 3, 4, down, skip, down, down, up, 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 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, skip. skip, 3, 4, and. This pattern applies really well to the song Knocking on Heaven's Door. So one of the first songs that I show a lot of beginning students because it incorporates those open chords and also uses a very basic strumming pattern. So this song has a G major, a D major, and an A minor the first time around. And then it's a G major, a D major, and a C major the second time around, okay? So we're gonna do one pattern on the G major, one pattern on the D major, and then 2 patterns on the A minor. And then repeat that same process, but instead of the A minor the second time around, we're gonna use C major, okay? So if we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, down, skip, down, down, up, 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 G major, D major, C major this time. The more comfortable that you get with these patterns, you're going to start to realize that you can kind of veer away from them a little bit and still keep the essence of the rhythm that you're trying to play. So I'm going to play those same chord changes again, but this time kind of veer away from that strumming pattern a little bit. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the one tip that I want to leave you with when learning how to do these strumming patterns is keep your strumming hand moving the whole time. Think of it as it is keeping that strong beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. It is helping you keep time, but on top of that, as soon as you stop, I see a lot of beginning students, that's where they get tripped up because they may think, okay, well, that's where I skip over this strum. Yes, as you get more advanced, you don't necessarily need to express each movement. You can kind of acknowledge it, even if that's just mentally acknowledging it. But for right now, keeping that strumming hand moving ensures that you are keeping that rhythm moving, okay? And if you mess up, no big deal. See if you can get back on track with your strumming. And if not, stop for a second. This is what practice is for, and just restart again. I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions about guitar, please leave me a comment down below and I'll respond as soon as I see it. If you haven't yet, please make sure to subscribe. I have a whole lot of videos on the way. I'm Joshua Kenson, and I'll see you next time.